Hi, I'm Vanessa Sasser-Holt, and I'm excited to be with you as part of NCBOLD 2022. Thanks for joining my session. Today, with the Oscar goes to, we will be getting camera ready with green screen technology. You can open up this presentation and join along at any time by scanning the QR code on your screen or by going to the bit.ly listed at the bottom of the page. Let's get started. Green screen technology has been around for many years. It is used in the news, movie, and video game industry. It is simply a wall or a box, maybe a curtain, a piece of fabric that is in the chroma key green color. When something is filmed in front of that wall, that chroma key green, in a special app or software, that green color, the wall, becomes transparent. And then you're able to layer different videos and photos, making a finished product. The picture on the screen is our gaming club students. They are recreating a scene from one of their favorite video games. They are using the full green screen room. We had the privilege of being able to take a very small office in our school and paint the walls chroma key green. In order to be able to use that space more effectively throughout the year, we use a green floor mat or covering a piece of fabric on the floor when it's time to film. If you can see the young man that's in the forefront of the picture, he's sitting crisscross. He is actually sitting on a stool underneath the green fabric. So the final product will have him appear to be floating in their picture or video. This is a great way for students to be able to be creative. They were doing this after school, so it was a fun project, but a great way to get students engaged. Where can you go with green screen? You can take your students anywhere. You can travel the world. You can be in outer space. Your students can visit time periods that they would not have been able to before. The pictures on the screen right now, we had the opportunity at our high school to collaborate with a feeder school, and we did a project with a kindergarten class. The kindergarten students were studying penguins, so we had them visit us and have an opportunity to use the green screen room. As you can see, we knew that props were important and costumes to be able to add a little bit of extra flair to their experience. So they created the penguin headgear. We had the penguin shirt. And then in the foreground of that picture, you can see that we are actually teaching another kindergarten student how to use the very simple app. So they're seeing the process from green screen to final product. At the end of this presentation, you will see a picture where one of those students are actually standing with their penguin friends. This was a great learning experience. So green screen project ideas, where can you use green screen? You can use green screen ideas in elementary, middle, and high school. At the elementary level, there are lots of opportunities. A few may include working in the media center to create book talks. Maybe there are brand new books that have just arrived and you want to promote those. Maybe there's a section of books that don't get checked out as much, maybe the Lonely Book Club, and you have students create book talks for those. ESL students can practice their speech, and in middle schools, you can use it in science by creating weather reports, highlighting major weather events, and also in social studies. It is a great way to incorporate civil rights leaders reimagined in modern day superhero style. You can also use green screen projects in your health and PE classes for commercial health products, and even to provide services or create videos that may have false claims. It's a great way for students to collaborate and work together. Now, our high school teachers enjoy having students use the green screen room for projects in their classes. Our world language classes have used the green screen room to have students create dating service profile videos. Students write, record, and edit a fictional personal profile in Spanish or in French, and they create that for a mock dating service. This is a great way for students to show what they've learned in a fun, exciting, new way. Our social studies department loves using the green screen room for students to create campaign or election commercials. It's a great way for students to collaborate, work on their writing, and then record, edit, and produce those commercials. Lots of opportunities for people in your building, all curriculum areas, all grade levels, all ability levels. We have been able to use our green screen room with our AP classes and also with our exceptional children's program. So opportunities abound. Don't be afraid to try something new. When you get started with green screen, a lot of people may think, wow, I don't have a big budget, but you can start on a very, very small budget. $20 or less can truly get you started. On your screen right now are several items that you may consider starting out with. You may have some of these things in your supply closet at school, maybe in your crafting closet. You may have friends or family members that could donate some of these. Each of these items are linked to an Amazon cart, so you can actually get directly to those if you're interested in making a purchase. Green straws. If you want to purchase a set of those, or if you have a Starbucks or Zaxby's restaurant that is local, those two establishments actually have green straws that they may be able to provide a small amount to you. Green file folders work great for small individual student projects. Green construction paper. If you have students that are interested in using the little Lego figures to create a green screen video, then using those green Lego base plates are a great way to go. If you don't have a room in your building that you can paint green, then you can consider a very cheap option and using the green plastic table covers that you can find at Walmart or the Dollar Tree. Now, when you and your students are ready to move to that next level, I would suggest that you look at purchasing a green screen backdrop kit with the stand. This is a fairly inexpensive purchase. It is great because it's mobile. You can move from room to room. It can be shared anywhere in your building, or it can be shared from school to school if your district purchases one. The gloves and mask set is actually new for me at our school. We're excited to get those and get started. If we wanted students to be able to hold or manipulate something in their hands to be part of the video, to be floating or to move during a video, we want their hands to be invisible, then they have the opportunity to use those. Again, these items are very inexpensive. Locally to be found, maybe you already have some of those in your building. Now, I want you to take just a couple of minutes. What's your idea for using green screen? Knowing that it's something that's easy to do, it's something that can be done very economically. I'd like for you to take a moment and go to this Padlet and add your idea for using green screen. If you are joining us asynchronously after NCBOLD, I do want you to take an opportunity to add your ideas to this Padlet, because this will be a great place for all of us to be able to go back and generate some ideas that maybe we can use in our own building. So we're going to take 2 or 3 minutes to do that. You can pause this video at any time as you go through the Padlet, or to go back to any parts of this video. We use an iPad and an app at my school, the app Green Screen by Do Inc. Now, maybe you're saying, I don't have an iPad at my school and I don't have those resources. At the end of this presentation, I will be sharing with you other options, web-based options for you to use if your public school unit uses Chromebooks or laptops. There is a way for everyone to be able to use green screen technology for student learning and collaboration. So stick with me. Green Screen by Do Inc. Let's take a quick look at this. I've created a short tutorial to show you directly from the iPad what you'll see and how it works. So let's take a look.
We're going to take a quick look at the Green Screen app by Do Inc. on the iPad. If you'll locate that, you'll notice that I do have the Green Screen app. I also have the Pixabay app loaded on my iPad. We will be using that to find an image a little bit later. But some basic things you need to know. When you open up Green Screen by Do Inc., at the top right corner, you'll have the plus sign that actually allows you to create a new project. What you can see on my screen is actually multiple projects that have been done over this past year. In the top left corner, you'll see the little graduation cap. If you click that, that is a great place to find tutorials. And the quickest one, Green Screen 101, Green Screen by Do Inc. has created its own brief tutorial to show you how simple it is to create a project. I'll go through this very quickly, but please know that this is available in the app all the time. In the top right corner, I'm going to press the plus sign, create a new project. You'll see in the middle of my screen, that's where my video or my images will go. I'm going to select image for this particular project. Down on the bottom, you see 3 grade rows. And then the bottom one, I'm going to press the plus sign, blue plus sign, and I'm going to choose a photo. I'm going to go to my recents, and then I'm going to choose a background that was already saved and click done. So here is the background image that I will do. It is still set for image. So then in the middle row, I'm going to press that plus sign and choose a photo. This is one taken in front of a green screen for a retirement party. And what you're going to see, I'm going to select done, but it's highlighted around my image, and you can see that it needs to be cropped. So the crop feature here, I'm just going to cut out all of the extra and then select done. Now, as long as the yellow box is highlighted my picture, I can resize using my fingers and move this around. You do want to be aware sometimes when you are taking a picture or a video, your lighting, to be able to make sure that the green behind the person is not showing up. So then I'm going to click capture my image, and it has saved to my camera roll. Just that easy.
It is just that easy with Green Screen by Do Inc. And again, if you have availability of iPads or even just one iPad at your school, or even your iPhone, the tutorials inside of the Green Screen by Do Inc. app are amazing. Now, let's make a movie. If you're in person in the session at NCBOLD, we're going to take about 20 to 25 minutes to create a movie. I would suggest that if you are joining us asynchronously after NCBOLD, that you take some time to look at the next few steps and see how you could apply those in your building and in your classroom. Our prompt for this session, how I spent my summer vacation. Now, we can use our imagination, or maybe you've already been on vacation. Maybe you took a cruise to a tropical location. Maybe you'd love to go on safari or travel the world. So we're going to take a few minutes and generate some ideas. Think about some places that we'd like to go or places that we have been. as we prepare to create our green screen video. When selecting a background image, it is important for students to be aware of copyright and fair image use rules. You can choose free image sharing sites like Pixabay and Unsplash to choose a background image. These are two that we have loaded on our iPads, and these are great sources to be able to choose those background images. There are other free image sharing sites that you can choose, but these are two that we typically go to. In the presentation, when you are working, we do have all of those linked, so you can click directly on those icons to be able to take you to Pixabay or to Unsplash. Now, if you are with us in session, we are going to work on the prompt, how I spent my summer vacation. We're going to break up into groups of 2 or 3, and we're going to select props from the bucket O props. Maybe there's hats, or maybe there's the floral lays, or maybe a pineapple cup, lots of different things to choose from. And it's a great idea for you to have props for students that are going to be taking green screen photos or making green screen videos for your room. And we'll talk about places to find those props a little bit later. It is important that you choose a background image and you save that image to the camera roll. So on the iPad, we do have the Pixabay app already loaded. You can search for your background image to reflect your video location for how I spent my summer vacation. And then very quickly, you will create a short script related to your props and your background image. Remember that when we are working with students, we talk with them about how all of those things work together. So your background image and your props and what you're saying should all fit together like a great puzzle. And then when it's time to film, you'll film in front of the green screen, our mobile green screen, and you will be filming in the camera app on the iPad. We found that this works best. There is an option to film or take a photo directly in the green screen by Do Ink app, but we have found that you are able to manipulate, edit, crop, and do a little bit more with your photo, your original photo or video, if you film it in the camera app. So we're going to take some time and do that now. If you are with us asynchronously, I would suggest maybe pausing this video and taking a look at Unsplash, Pixabay for images that you may be able to use with your students or at your school based on your curriculum, or maybe just some fun activities. So we're going to start our countdown now as we spend some time in session creating those videos. As I said earlier, if you do not have access to an iPad and the Green Screen by Do Ink app, there are some fabulous web-based green screen options. If your PSU has Chromebooks or laptops for your students to use, then these are some options that would work very well. There should be no barrier for students in our state to be able to have the option to practice green screen technology. WeVideo is a great online resource to be able to use. There are wonderful help videos and tutorials along with that. If you are in the presentation and you click on each one of these icons, those are linked directly to their website. So you can go and visit WeVideo or Kapwing. Those are both web-based green screen options that allow you to upload photos and or videos and remove the background with a green screen filter. You can also use Remove BG for still images. You simply upload your image to Remove BG and select, it will remove the background for you. And with Unscreen, you can do the same thing with a video. Again, these web-based green screen resource options are amazing if you don't have access to an iPad. Finally, some last helpful suggestions. So we have been using green screen for many years at our school. We've shared it in our district. We've worked with it at the high school level with our students, but we've also shared it with elementary and middle schools. We have worked in all curriculum areas and all ability levels. We have worked with students in our advanced placement classes, and we have worked with students in our exceptional children's department and even our self-contained classes. Some suggestions that we have found that may be helpful for you to consider. When students are creating a video and they have something to share, we have them write their script, and we go over that for accuracy, to practice in the delivery of that, and then to create a storyboard. If they're going to be using multiple background images or moving around in the scene, or in front of the green screen, we do want to make sure that they have that all lined out, not just in their mind, but on paper to kind of work through that process. It's important that we verify the background images for copyright and fair use laws. We want to make sure that students have an understanding of that and that they are selecting copyright and fair use, commercial use images from places like Pixabay and Unsplash. A big thing, don't wear green. We have had several students on the day of filming or photographing that have come into school with something green on. And what that does, it makes them transparent. One thing that I will tell you is that khaki does have green undertones. So if you see in the bottom right corner, the little boy inside of the snow globe, he has on khaki pants, and there was enough green in that khaki that made his legs slightly transparent. We also suggest using props and costumes to add detail to the story and the project. So you can get things from Oriental Trading, the Dollar Tree, Walmart. Maybe you have things at home. Maybe staff members in your building have things that they could donate to your box of props and costumes. And then students who are working on individual projects can actually bring things from home. If a student doesn't need to memorize the script, then some great ways to be able to do that, to do the reading while they are filming, is to use an online teleprompter. And they can have a computer that's set off just a little bit in the distance, and that script will actually roll up for them. You can print their scripts in a large font and have it taped to the wall. They can write it on a large piece of poster board and have someone in front of them, but behind the camera holding that for them. Another helpful suggestion is to practice, practice, and practice. We all know that when that camera turns on, we all get just a little bit nervous, but with practice, students can be at ease and go through and be ready when it's time to film. Most importantly, we want you and your students to have fun. This is a great opportunity to expand their learning, their creativity, to be able to collaborate. It can be used in all curriculum areas with all levels. So the only thing that's holding you back is your and your students' imagination. So open that gate wide and let them have a fantastic time with green screen technology. Thank you for joining me today. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me at the email that's available on your screen. If you found some things at NCBOLD that were amazing, we'd love for you to tweet those out. You can follow me online at Sasser Says, and I look forward to hearing from you. And I hope it's a great year and that you are able to use green screen technology in your classroom.